The end of the third over, Centurion Masagamy up to 36 for naught. Danny Rousseau, 23 off 7. JG Ardendorf, 13 off 8. And into the attack, Ziad Abbas.
Tell him he doesn't have a choice on tour. Doesn't have a choice on tour. Tell him.
JG Adendorf retires. Johan Free to the crease. Five overs gone. The score now 57 for naught.
Yeah, I told him to get ready in 5 minutes.
So here's the pads there. Mick McGrath, this has been a sensational over, but it'll be 2 runs. to finish off. So only 4 against the bowler, but 6 from the over.
6 overs are complete here. The score 63 for no wicket. The end of Mick McGrath's spell. 2 overs, 0 for 17.
So Masagamy definitely on top, but a good start here. A good turn of momentum there for the Storm. So we've got Sadiq Deepak coming back on. He was so unlucky early. He bowled really well. Had a catch put down. And the batsman had a little bit of luck too. So hopefully the young man keeps his head up here and bowls like he has throughout the day in the semi-final. Bowled so well. And that last over, just very unlucky. So it goes up. Might be catch opportunity. I think it bounced just short there of James Chauffeur in the field. So this is the under 22 player for the Sydney Storm, Sadiq Deepak. That'll just be a single, so he's very talented bowler, as you can see here. From plays a bit in Western Sydney, also plays for Randwick Petersham in the grade cricket scene. So it's been a good 2 overs here for the Storm as they look to bounce back from an expensive start. That's not going to help though, so big shot there from Johan as he looks to get stuck into his innings. And Centurion have Rousseau is 27 off 14 now, so a reminder in this T10 format we have for the plate final, retirements will be at 30. Excellent finish there for Sadiq Deepak, so retirements are at 30. Centurion already have 1 player retired.
Sadiq Deepak's spell, 2 overs, 0 for 25. Centurion Masagamy now up to 69 for no wicket after 7 overs.
So just the 6 runs there for Sadiq Deepak. Following on from a great over from Mick McGrath. Looks like we'll have Brad McGrath coming on. He was a little expensive earlier, but he's such a class bowler. He'll be looking to make sure that try and dismiss Rousseau or make him face as many deliveries before retirement. And it's gone up. And that will be a 6. So that'll be an excellent innings there. 33 off just 15 deliveries. Here's a replay of the 6. Just sat up there for Rousseau as he hits it into the trees. The second retirement there.
33 from 15 deliveries.
Centurion moved to 75.
Now 75 for naught after 7.1 overs.
So I think with the standard of these two teams, sides will probably be wanting to hit that 10 runs and over. The aggressive batting lineup. So despite the lack of wickets, it is still game on.
Rian van der Merwe now walks to the crease.
So a little under edge. Hasajazi running back. Centurion running hard, considering a third. But that'll just be 2. So a bit of luck there for the South Africans. So it looks like we have Van der Merwe come to the crease now. So is his first delivery. Joining Johan, who is 8 off 7. So an interesting time in this match with the 2 fairly new batsmen at the crease. But they both can't waste any time here. No wickets lost yet, so they both need to really accelerate and put as many runs on the board for their team as possible. So Brad just goes a bit wide there, little under edge, picked up by Hasajazi. That'll be a dot. They're just so valuable in this T10 format. Really puts the pressure on these two new batsmen as they look to accelerate. Comes across his stumps, goes high, could be a catching opportunity. Oh, excellent effort there from Vikran, I think it was, Vikran Nehru. Be interesting to see the replay there on that drop catch. He had a lot of ground to cover. Such a fast young man, did well. They just got one run there. It's the last ball of Brad McGrath's second over. So again goes wide, outside off. And hits it straight down to Mick McGrath at long on. And so good over there, or good recovery after that first ball 6. Brad just 4 runs off the next 4 balls. So no wickets lost, but fairly evenly poised at this stage, with probably 10 runs and over being what both sides would have been hoping for in a T10 format.
Back into the attack, it's Ziad Abbas.
So the two new batsmen will be looking to accelerate here in these final 2 overs. Ziad Abbas coming on for his second over. He's the captain of the Sydney Storm side. He was good in his first over, only 7 runs. Very good start there from Ziad Abbas. Just going to have a look at this first delivery here. So just be a single from it. So they'll take dots and ones at this stage, that's for sure. So we look to limit what the chase looks like for the Sydney Storm. Up in the air. Could be a catch, but sails over for 6. So big moment there for Centurion. Both batsmen were sitting on run-a-ball innings at this stage, which is just not what the side needs, with no wickets lost. Now the first boundary for Rehan as he hits a big maximum off Ziad Abbas. Looks to go again. Hasn't been hit as well. Cut off by Mick McGrath there. A long on's just be 1. Just slap to the offside. That'll just be another single. So again, Centurion have managed to boundary in that over, but it was just ones and dots other than that. So they got 9 off that over. Reasonable, but they really need more as they look to push this total past 100. So we have...
1 over is now gone, 88 for North. Final over the first inning.
So it's the final over of this innings. Looks like we'll be going to the man that bowled the first over, Vikran Nehru. Bowled an excellent first over. He'll be bowling to Rehan, who is 10 off 5. Sorry, no, he'll be at the non-strikers end. Johan is 11 off 11. So he really needs to get going.
Vikran Nehru to bowl the final over.
So I look to see Centurion to be running everything very hard in this over. If they're unable to find the rope. Vikran Nehru just getting his field sorted. So he's 4 runs off that first over. So best over of the final so far. Straight a ball that's hit Down a long off, but it's cut off. So just welcoming Wayne Grieve to the commentary for this final over.
Good evening, Andy. Just remind the viewers that you're watching the plate final. So curtain raiser to the big match between the Dolphins and the Delhi Lions, which is coming after this match. Rian van der Merwe top edges that one over the keeper for 4. And they'll be looking to try and get that score above 100 here, Andy.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that would have been what they were setting out to do. They bat so deep, so with no wickets lost, they probably might have even been looking to go a little bit more than that, but they've got 3 balls to push that beyond. They've batted really well at times in this innings.
Yeah, he's just struggled a little bit. He's got 12 from 12. It's well bowled.
Just followed the batsman there as he looks to give himself plenty of room there, moving to the offside. Attempted ramp shot, doesn't connect. So that'll be a dot ball, invaluable in a final over. Oh, that's a...
I'll let you talk through that one there, Andy.
Oh, I mean, less said the better, really. But, I mean, Vicar, quality bowler. He's just bowled a dot and he backs it up with a rank full toss over the batsman's head, beats the keeper and goes for 4. Such an expensive delivery in the context of the game. So there'll be 5 runs from that ball. You'll have to re-bowl it too, so not what the team needed.
I don't know if he was trying to fire a Yorker, but that just came from nowhere there.
Just went wrong, didn't it? So 2 balls left in the first innings of the plate final.
Got straight up there. There should just be 1 bounce. So just remember, the last ball he has coming up, if it gets hit for 6, it's worth 12, which will...
So he's struggled to find the rope in this innings, Johan. 12 off 12. If he can find a maximum for his team, they'll most certainly take that.
It's just chipped that out to the offside. Brad McGraw's coming around. There should be 2, and that gets them over 100. And that's the 100, and that's exactly 10 and over.
Yeah, it's a good total here in this plate final.
End of the first inning, Centurion Masagamy.
So do you feel that's within the Sydney range, or do you think it's a few too many?
Look, they're going to need to bat well. I'm not actually sure of the batting order. I'd say Vikrant Nehru will open up, and he's probably the crucial innings for us. If he can go well and retire quickly, that'll set us up. We've got some big hitters in Zia Bash, James Chauffeur, Brad McGrath, Gus Sloan. So that'll be the top 5 with Hasajazi, who opens regularly for us at number 6. So just be about starting well, Wayne.
Yeah, well, I think...
भैया अभी 1 मिनट आया बस उधर ही बैठो ना आप हाँ टॉस करके
and
say hello
hello we're going to be crossing over to Ross Coward.
We're about half an hour from the main final. The Jaipur Dolphins taking on the Delhi Lions. Got Rajesh Sharma, captain of the Delhi Lions, going to toss the coin. Tails is the call. Tails it is. What are you going to do?
Thank you. We are going to bat first.
Any particular reason for that?
Final game. That's why we want to go to the biggest score and then put pressure on them.
Well, good luck and go well.
Thank you.
Rajesh, losing the toss, would have you done the same?
No, we already decided we will chase, and it's good toss to lose.
You guys are a quality team. Any team news?
No, we are playing with the same team.
All the best, go well. Back to you guys in the studio.
Jaipur Dolphins have won the toss, they will bat first. We need to end with that. I thought you knew everything. Yeah.
So at the halfway point here, Centurion Masagamy against Sydney Storm. 101 score set. This is the plate final. Remember, for the international teams that have travelled here, the plate final, the main event will be coming up in just over half an hour's time. So keep tuned to the India Super Series 2023 as it gets to the final stages. Brilliant final we got coming up for you. Delhi Lions, powerhouses throughout this tournament. They've been marvellous the way that they battered. Tremendous spin bowling attack. Their all-round game will be taking on Jaipur in what's going to be a cracking final. Both teams convincingly winning their semi-finals today. Under lights here at the ballpark. A wonderful venue. Just a reminder, we're at the halfway point of the plate final between two of the international sides, Sydney Storm, Centurion Masagamy. Vikram Neri there, finishing with good figures despite a no ball four that he lost his grip of. In the last over there, went 3 for 4, but he still had decent figures, none for 17 off his 2 overs. Johan Furdy ending with 14 off 13. Rian van der Merwe, 20 off 9 deliveries. So have the Storm got the power to get 102 to win this plate final at the India Super Series. Turning our attention to the main final in half an hour. Delhi Lions are the favourites for that final. They've looked untouchable so far in this tournament, but there's a lot of talent in the Jaipur side as well. So it's going to be an absolute cracker under lights here at the ballpark. I'm joined by Bjorn Briggs here in the commentary. Bjorn,
Robert, just overheard what you were saying there about the final, and I've got a few thoughts on it. And I'm a Jaipur Dolphins. I want to win the toss and bat first. They've got some really strong batsmen. They can put something on the board. 150 plus, 160, 170, maybe 180. That scoreboard pressure is going to be crucial in the final.
Absolutely. It's going to be a cracker coming up for you. And for those of you that are confused by the Dolphins' name of Jaipur, it's going to be a tough swim for a dolphin to get from the sea to Jaipur, I'll tell you that. Rumour has it that it's down to a tattoo on the wrist of the team owner, Ronnie, which is a dolphin, hence why he's called it the Dolphins.
Dolphin fan, it's certainly middle of India. Not too much water around Jaipur.
Everyone loves a dolphin, so it's good name there. Sydney Storm, exceptionally clever play on the Sydney Thunder. Big Bash team name, you would have thought. Up against Masagamy. And Bjorn, you know the Centurion side well. Can you tell us a bit about them?
Yeah, they were actually one of the tournament favourites coming in. I'm surprised to see them in the plate. I thought they would be up against the Delhi Lions, but it wasn't to be. Lost their 2 pool games, surprisingly, against the Lions and Orlando Scorpion Titans. Formidable side. They bat down to 8. And really good bowling attack. Looks like Justin Gamble, the off spinner, is going to be opening the bowling. And captained by Rian van der Merwe. Going to be a difficult chase here for Sydney Storm. You get 1 or 2 to win, but they've certainly got the firepower to do it. It's only 10 overs, so don't have to worry about losing all the wickets.
We're going to need a bit of luck here to chase 102 and only 50 deliveries. Anything's possible. Straight boundaries aren't too long here at the ballpark, but Centurion Masagamy will have a point to prove. They're an exceptionally talented side, as Bjorn was just saying. They'll be determined to go out on a high note here. Pressure on Vikram Nehru and James Chauffeur. will be opening up for the Sydney Storm. Chauffeur wearing GoPro again on its helmet, as we've seen throughout the tournament. Should be some great footage on that from his tour to India. And he takes a few lucky edges to get the team going. They just need more than 10 and over. 2 big overs, and then playing sensibly the rest of the innings.
2 big overs, chasing 102 after 10. And then more than 2 big overs, Rob.
I'm thinking more like big overs 16, 17, and then as we saw earlier, if you're just making sure that you try and get those singles, turn ones into twos, the boundaries are sure to follow. And a big over for some of these Sydney players.
So one boundary and over, and then the rest just singles and twos.
I think that's what they've got to target. I mean, we've seen with some of these Sydney Storm players, they've all got a big hit in them. James Chauffeur, more of a 2s and 4s man, it seems. At least from what we've seen in this tournament. First ball here from Justin Campbell. Wide outside off stump. He plays that out to the deep. Just a single there to get started. Picks out the fielder. Last time I watched Vikram Nehru from this position here in the commentary box, he hit 4 sixes in the opening game for Sydney Storm in this tournament. Opening game at this ground. See if he can replicate that today. Gamble. No, he can't. Straight through him. Well, last time he was at this ground, he hit a 50, including 4 sixes. Not the same today, Bjorn.
That's a pity, because Vikrant is a clean strike of the ball. He's exciting to watch. Disappointing start for Sydney Storm. He's a key man for them.
Let's have a look at this. Justin Gamble, clean the seam of the ball, comes in. Good flight. Middle and off. Turn just a little bit. Vikram will be disappointed with that. First ball brings to the crease Ziad Abbas, the Sydney Storm skipper. He normally comes in the middle overs, but he's backed himself here just to... He likes to get his iron, first few balls, feel bat and ball, and then go big. If Sydney Storm are going to win this game, they certainly need Abbas to start firing, and quickly.
I think the wicket suits him. The ball's coming onto the bat nicely. You still need to move your feet out there. Vikrant just guilty of that. What a start from Justin Gamble.
So tell us a bit about Justin Gamble. So he's did he perform well at the World Championships in December?
He's an outstanding cricketer, dynamic in the field. Normally opens the batting. I think they dropped him down at the World Champs. Down the order a bit, but scored a few 50s.
What's the minimum you think, Bjorn, that Sydney Storm need to get to at 5 overs here? They've lost an early wicket. Minimum target that they've got to get runs in mind by that stage at 5.
Got to be on 40 after 5.
Well, first boundary of the innings there. James Chauffeur, lovely shot. Leant back on it and a late cut. He saw the gap. He knew there was a gap there at deep point. Let's have a look at this. So, Gamble tossed it up outside off stump. Little bit of turn. Almost a bit of a long hop outside off stump there, and well played by James Chauffeur. And on his legs, that one, that's just going to be another single. So they've kept their heads after the early wicket here, Sydney Storm.
Just a bit loose there. That's the difference between all these sides and the Delhi Lions. Seem to rush the batsmen a lot more. There's no loose ones.
7 off the first over. So there's Fourie coming on to bowl then, Bjorn.
The end of the first over, Sydney Storm,
Yeah,
7
Fourie,
for 1.
the season campaigner. Played a bit of first-class cricket.
Ziad Abbas, the new batsman out there.
I think he could cause a few problems here for Sydney Storm. He gets his shape, he gets his rhythm going.
So James Chauffeur looking good. 5 off 3 balls. He's got his boundary to get going. Big R's 95 off 45. Yearn for his first ball. Outside off. Another cut shot there from Chauffeur. Where's that gone? It's gone over the boundary. Another wonderful shot there. He hasn't got a lot of room in front of, or between cover points and the wide third man. But he's pierced that gap beautifully. Let's have a look at this. A bit too much width here again, Bjorn.
Raced off the bat there, Rob. What a timing. Effortless.
Fairly close to him as well. Tucked his arms in. Still managed to get the power. Lovely stuff. What a Chauffeur got. His 5th ball. 2 on the leg side. Where's that going? Is that going all the way? Fine leg will come around, so will third man. They'll still run 2, an easy 2.
It's like Donnie Rousseau's got the gloves today. Fantastic cricketer.
So again, that was 2. Not sure if that went right through to the keeper.
It's definitely not normally a keeper, I don't think. But they must have dropped Johnson.
Short bouncer there. Is that a wide? It is a wide. Bouncer overhead height. Johan Fourie not happy.
I'd like to have a look at that replay. He's rushed him for pace there. I think it was a wide. I think it went over the helmet.
Quick ball there from Fourie, showing his pedigree. Pushed his shoulder through that. Good pace. Third ball from Johan Fourie's. First over, and it's gone up in the air. Is that going to fall safely? It does. Doesn't get enough of it. Just a single there. Brings Ziad Abbas on strike. No helmet on against the bowler with the pace of Johan Fourie. After a bouncer like that, I don't like to see that, Bjorn.
That's a bit risky.
Another wide. That one's worth 3. That one's a no ball. Second bouncer of the over there, Bjorn. Well, here we go. He's got a free hit. How is Johan Fourie?
Let's have a look at this replay. It's very short there. Silly bowling there. He's got letting the moment get ahead of himself there.
He's got a bit of a hot head here, Fourie. Would have thought a seasoned campaigner like him would. And Ziad Abbas has got hold of the free hit. It's gone in front of square. The crowd are loving that. 4 through mid wicket, and that brings an end. So the first over from Johan Fourie goes for 15 runs. Well, that's one of those big overs that we spoke about, Bjorn. The rest, if they're just sensible and keep knocking 7 to 9 and over, they need another big one somewhere.
Too many extras in that for Masagamy, and well batted there by Ziad Abbas. Faster you bowl, the quicker it's going to the boundary, he says to Johan Fourie.
He needs to cool down a bit there, Johan Fourie. Get his head back in the right game plan. Should be easy for a team of their calibre to defend a target like this, and a player of his calibre and pedigree. I think he was just disappointed with those cut shots and wanted to show his pace there, and didn't quite come off on this bouncy pitch.
Not an ideal over there for Masagamy. He scores 22 for 1, and perfect for Sydney Storm, who are doing what's required at the moment, going at 10 and over.
Long way to go yet. 40 balls, still a massive 80 runs required. The captain, Ziad Abbas, at the crease with James Chauffeur, will be on strike now. He goes to leg side. They won't get 2, just a single there. Move on to 23 for 1. Jeff Brewer, the new bowler.
Jeff bowls a heavy ball. It's a bit loose against Delhi Lions, which cost them the game.
Second ball of the third over. Brewer comes in, big swing from Ziad Abbas. Lost a bit of shape there.
He seems to rush the batsman. He had a few of the Delhi Lions players in trouble, and then just lost his way. Kept on thinking he might have a breakthrough, and it just never happened.
Good start here from Jeff Brewer. Looking the part. What's he got in his third delivery against the Sydney Storm captain, Ziad?
Too quick for him.
Well, there's the over that Masagamy needed just to get control of this run chase again. As you say, he's looking maybe just a bit too quick for Ziad Abbas at the moment. What has Ziad got here in response? Fourth ball of Brewer's over. Oh, again, the same. No ball. Interesting there. Overstepping. Well, that's a release of pressure there, Bjorn. Will result in a free hit now. Maybe what Ziad needs after those 3 swing and misses.
What happened the last over? He hit the free hit for 4. So he creeps over to off stump here.
Gets hold of it. Does it go in the gap? No, it's down to fine leg just for the single. Well, backed up by the bowler. Brings Chauffeur on strike. The last ball of the third over. They really need 2 here. Or a boundary. Single put him back under pressure with only 4 runs scored off the over.
Jeff Brewer thinks we need a wicket here. This could be out.
It is out. Simple catch for the keeper. Chauffeur had looked decent again, as with the other games. Got a decent start. Just when he was looking good, a lovely couple of cup shots in there. Jeff Brewer just rushed him, as he said, Bjorn. More basically think, rushed him and then tried the pull shot. Got on into a coup too quickly and taken easily by the keeper. Wonderful first over there, Bjorn. 1 for 3 off 1.
You won't want to see the highlights of that on his helmet cam.
Absolutely. Just rushed into him. Good pace, these Masagamy bowlers. Also, I don't like to see this as well. 2 batsmen not wearing helmets against 2 quick bowlers. They may be experienced cricketers, long careers behind them, but
it's under lights, it's different, it's new. I don't think they play too much cricket under lights, and this is a different level to what they're used to. Just takes one top edge to have a nasty injury. It's recommended to wear helmets. You can see at the best, Triple H shirt there is on strike.
oh, here we go. Tight over there from Jeff Brewer. Really pulls all the momentum back towards Centurion Masagamy's way. 2 of the big hitters gone in the Sydney Storm side. Chauffeur following Vikram Nehru. 2 down. They've got their 2 power hitters at the crease now with Ziad Abbas and Brad McGrath. 15 balls gone, 25 on the board. Sydney Storm need more. They need another big over here. Quite a delay here. Not sure what this is all about. Quite a bit of movement around the field. Just a reminder to those of you watching that this is the plate final between 2 of the international teams. Sydney Storm and Centurion Masagamy. But soon, as soon as this match is completed, won't be long in the turnaround. It's a bit of a brush of the pitch. And then we'll have the main final, the main event of the India Super Series 2023. The inaugural India Super Series. Jaipur Dolphins taking on the home side, Delhi Lions, in what is sure to be a cracking final. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere. Another 7 overs of this. It's only a reduced 10 overs a side game here for the plate final. And then into the main event. The India Super Series final 2023. Matthew Penny coming into the attack now for Masagamy.
Matthew Penny, a bit of a part-time bowler. It's too full there. Bit of work for fielder in the deep there. I think it's John Root to Blanche. Does well.
3.1 overs, 26 for 2. Runs drying up here for the Sydney Storm. Brad McGrath at the crease for his first ball. Penny comes in. What has Brad McGrath got for us? Out to the offside, plays the cut shot. That was so productive for James Chauffeur. Just a 1 there for Brad. Ziad Abbas, responsibility on his shoulders as the captain of the Sydney Storm side.
Needs a boundary now. Needs to go big.
Does go big. Does he get enough on it? Goes to mid-wicket, straight up. Back in, just a single there. So pressure building here on Sydney Storm. Needing 10 and over. They're slipping behind. 74 now needed off 32 balls. We see Structural Glazing Group's logo up there, the Sydney sponsor for this tournament. Thanks to SGG for helping this trip happen for them. Brad goes straight down the ground, and that's a massive 6. The big Kiwi has got behind that. Freed his arms, Bjorn. No boundaries going to stop a big man like Brad McGrath when he gets onto it like that.
Too full there from Matt Penny and dispatched. Lovely shot from McGrath. Effortless. Need more of that from the big man.
Feel that the only thing that's going to save Sydney Storm here is a big Brad McGrath innings. Moves on to 8 off 3 balls with a single, following that maximum 4 overs, 35 for 2. That 6 was essential in that over. After the early wicket at the end of the, the wicket at the end of the previous over. Singles off 4 deliveries and 1 maximum. 10 off the over from Matthew Penny.
That Penny tossing the ball up too much there. That last ball he bowled is actually the best ball. That should be a stock ball. The one he tosses up should be a surprise one. Very difficult to get that one away. That's angled into the body, into the wickets, pushed through a bit quicker. Really good finish to that over.
So Jean-Rude Blanche to bowl the 5th over for Centurion Masagamy. Brad McGrath on strike. Masagamy ahead in this game. Sydney would have wanted a really quick start just to relieve a bit of the pressure and allow for a few smaller overs. They need a big over from somewhere.
We said they needed to be on about 40 after 5, so they're not far off it. They can get to 50 after 5, they're spot on target.
True, I think the question was more what was the minimum they needed to be on. So minimum of 40, still need them over 60 off the next 5 overs, next 25 balls. Brad McGrath goes big, that's going to go to long off though.
It's caught in the deep there.
Big wicket there for Masagamy. Brad McGrath looked good with that massive 6 back over the bowler's head. Got onto this one well, but straight down long off's throat. Boom. Didn't quite get enough on it. Brad McGrath has to troop off the pitch now.
Third wicket down for the Sydney Storm. Now 35 for 3. Brad McGrath caught Leon van der Merwe.
4.2 overs.
Jean-Rude Blanche for 8 off 5. Sydney Storm needing 67 more to win from 28 deliveries.
Brings Gus Sloan to the crease. We've seen some glimpses of great batting from Gus this tournament. He hasn't got on with it in most games, having looked a class act. We've seen him bat in previous Australia champs and world champs and really performed.
I tell you what, Rob, the Sydney Storm team is more like a rugby side. Some big blokes on the side. Gus Sloan coming in there, look at the shoulders on him. Must be a bit
Absolutely.
about 6'3".
Goes hard first up. Is he going to hold out first ball?
No. Is that another catch? Can you believe it? I thought he cleared the ropes there, but he hasn't timed it, and we're on a hat trick here, folks.
Sydney Storm now 35 for 4. Gus Sloan caught it long off by Leon van der Merwe. Bowled again by Jean-Rude Blanche.
There you go, the captain Van der Merwe taking the catch. Jean-Rude Blanche now on a hat trick. He hasn't gone for a run yet. Dot, wicket this over so far. What a start for him. Gus Sloan went hard first ball, pressure of the required run rate. Didn't get enough on it. Caught out in the deep. Well, Sydney Storm really struggling here. Under lights at the ballpark. Hasajazi comes to the crease, a great friend of the captain, Ziad Abbas. They really need a quality partnership here.
I think the Masagamy should bring in a slip here. It's a hat-trick ball, maybe a short cover. Give him as much chance as he can of getting a hat-trick here at the plate final.
Absolutely serious fines for Van der Merwe if this one edges through the slips, Bjorn. Hasajazi, first ball on strike, 35 for 4, Sydney Storm. Can we see a hat-trick here from Blanche? Comes in on the stumps. Oh, he gone for the appeal, going down leg side. Well, you don't get much closer to a hat-trick than that ball.
Jaji off strike. Saved himself. I mean, the hat-trick ball. Ziad Abbas now. He's on 12 from 9.
Blanche comes in. Abbas just works it into the leg side. They're just going to get the single there. Well, Bjorn, despite one massive over in there, they still haven't reached 40, which we set as the minimum target off 5 overs.
2 wickets that over. They've been rocked hard by Masagamy, and that could be a killer blow in this short 10 over format. 37 for 4 after 5. They're not far from being 40, but seems like a long way off now. 65 from 25 balls.
Certainly does. Ziad Abbas, he's set. He's faced 10 balls, the big hitter. Retirement on 30 in this reduced 10 over a side game tonight. So we'll see what happens here. They need Abbas to retire and retire quickly. They need the other batsmen to come in and get quick runs, bring the big hitter back in. I think it's all running away from Sydney Storm. Just quality of this bowling attack. Justin Campbell To bowl his second over, just 2 overs a bowler in this 10 over a side plate final. Just a reminder that in only 5 overs time, we'll be having the India Super Series 2023 final between Delhi Lions. What have we seen there from Ziad? Just a single down to long on, I think. Between Delhi Lions, Jaipur Dolphins. Final, the main event coming up after the next 5 overs. Turn our attention back to this game. 64 now required of 24 balls. Sydney Storm in all sorts of trouble here.
Oh, it's wide. That's just outside the line there. It's a good call by the umpire. Loosed it from Gamble.
14 of 11. One of 2.
Gamble comes in again. Goes a bit straighter.
Much better.
Hurries the batsman, Hasajazi. Pressure of having to hit it hard now. No time to get his eye in. Just 23 balls left, 63 needed. Gets hold of that one. Is that in the gap? He hasn't quite got it. Out to the cover point fielder. Won't even come back for 2 there.
Good work by Genre in the deep. 40 is finally reached. 3 balls gone in the 6th over though.
So 2 sixes can make up for that. Is this going to be the first? Nope. Just out to mid-wicket there for the single, I think.
Looks like he had settled himself just to have a little net out there. Not batting with much intent at the moment.
Last ball of Justin Gamble's spell. 1 for 10 so far for the left arm spinner. How's he going to finish here? Can he get another wicket? Toss up on the stumps. Worked out by Hasajazi. Just for the single there, and that's not enough for the Storm. 42 for 4 after 6 overs, so just 20 deliveries left to score 60 runs. Up to 3 a ball. It's going to take something special from here, Bjorn.
So after 6 overs, the score is 42 for 4. The required rate is 60
Big
runs
trouble
from
for Sydney
24
Storm.
3 balls.
Great to see them playing out there in the Aussie colours, green and gold. Some could say also almost the South African colours, Bjorn.
Probably looks more like the South Africans out there choking in the final. Can you believe it, Rob? Looks like Rian van der Merwe is coming on to bowl.
Rian van der Merwe, the captain, with his first ball. Lovely lines, outside off stump. Is that in the gap though? Slowing up on the dew, but it gets all the way. Hasajazi, that will give him confidence. Moves from 3 to 7 off 6 balls. Good power there. Even the dew couldn't slow that up to the longest boundary on the field. Jazi takes strides again. He'll have a bit more confidence. We need a big over here. I should say we. Down to the long on. Just a single. Saying we as the impartial spectator. We need a big over to make this exciting here, Bjorn, because the match is petering out at the moment.
It certainly is petering out, and as I said earlier, it looks like they're just having a net battle out there. They need to show some intent, show some aggression.
I think we'll see that here from Ziad. Yes, we do. That has gone up in the air. Ziad's already walking off. Keeper takes it over his head.
It's a good catch in the end. He's made it harder than it was. Went sky high, but almost dropped it, the keeper there. I think he's relieved to have taken that. It's
got good power.
Really high.
Serious catching practice there, Bjorn. Almost knocked him out while taking that catch.
Good catch in the end. Sydney Storm under the weather at the moment.
47 for 5. Just 17 balls left. 55 runs needed. Getting towards being impossible here. Great fielding and bowling effort by Centurion Masagamy. Just over 3 overs until the final of the India Super Series 2023 between Delhi Lions and Jaipur Dolphins. Stay tuned. Cracking final we've got coming up for you. Just a reminder, this is a 10 over a side plate final between 2 of the international teams, not the main event. Great to see Sadeep Deepak, the young man from Randwick Petersham, coming out to bat. He's looked really good with the bat so far this tournament, but has been unfortunate in coming out at the end and being left as last man standing. But he's shown some really good cricket shots. Can obviously bat well.
One of the better players in the side, youngster. He's going to go from strength to strength. It's a deep puck.
Vandermeer comes in. Deepak goes for a big swing first up. Doesn't get hold of that. Another dot ball. Pressure builds more and more. 55 or 16. Almost getting towards impossible territory, I'd say.
It's been very difficult to come in at this stage. So much pressure. Stand well there. This could be a boundary, but the fielder does well.
Back in, so the end of the 7th over, 48 for 5. 54 now needed off the last 3 overs, and we're seeing Centurion Masagamy bow out of the India Super Series in style with a win in the plate final for the international teams. Reminder that in 3 overs time, all of our attention switches to the main event, Delhi versus Jaipur. Jeff Brewer coming back onto bowl. His first over was terrific, 1 for 3, really changed all the momentum, Bjorn. There had been a decent first few overs for Sydney Storm until Brewer came onto bowl and hurried them with extra pace.
Correct, yeah, he changed the game. Just really rushed the batsman. Deserves a few more wickets here. Let's see if he can pick up 2 more wickets here. At least he'll be happy with 1 at least.
Brewer comes into bowl to the young Deepak. Wonderful shot out to the deep there, but the fielder's there. Just a single. Too many singles, and it's really petered out a bit this game, Bjorn.
Yeah, it was promising to be an exciting affair, but Sydney Storm just couldn't get going. Too much pressure from Masagamy, especially as you mentioned. Jeff Brewer was just too quick for them and took the wind out of their sails.
Did indeed, and he's doing that again. Too quick outside off stump for Hasajazi. We saw Ziad try to cut him and have the same result. 3 balls left in Brewer's over. Just 4 runs so far of his 7 deliveries, and he's picked up the wicket. Short outside, and exactly the same result again. Just that shortish ball. They can't get onto it.
Deepak saying, just get some bat on ball there, mate. Just rotate the strike. Want to eat up all these dots. It's only 10 overs. Got 53 to get off 12.
Gets tougher and tougher. Even a forward ball doesn't do it now. They just need to get bat on ball first, though. Short of a length. He does get bat on ball, but that one goes to the keeper. So tough here for Hasajazi. 8 off 10 balls. 7.4 overs gone. 49 for 5. Quality bowling here from Jeff Brewer. It's been a wonderful spell. Sydney Storm need to score at 10 and over to get close to winning this game. Brewer has only gone for 4, and this is his last ball of his 2nd over. Brilliant spell.
Would like to have seen a Yorker there. I think he could have gone through, but not to be.
Pick up 2 off the last ball of the 8th over to move past 50. 51 for 5. 2 overs left. 51 runs needed.
2 overs, 6 runs, 1 wicket. So required rate is 51 runs off 10 balls.
Well, Masagamy have laid down their marker here at the end of the tournament. They'll be disappointed. Hopefully we see them back involved again next year to come and take up where they left off. Come back with a bang to win the 2nd Indian Super Series. They're a class act. Centurion Masagamy. Here we go, Jan Furry there. This is going to be interesting, Bjorn.
I don't think it is. I think it's going to be more of the same, Rob. And I just want to talk quickly about the finals. Who's your money on for the upcoming match? Jaipur Dolphins versus the Delhi Lions.
I think that we saw 2 relatively dominant semi-final performances from both teams, but I can't look past Delhi Lions, to be honest. That's a good shot there from Sadiq Deepak. Has he got enough on it? Short. Falls a bit short of the boundary there. But Delhi Lions, I just love their spin bowling attack, but then they've got 2 quality seamers in there as well with good pace. Their batting is exceptional. Shivam Sharma looks to be one of the batsmen of the tournament for me. Having said that, Jaipur Dolphins, their opener, Dipanshu Porter, exceptional talent as well. So I think in a way it could be the battle of the opening pairs. Early wickets, put the other team under the cosh. What are your thoughts?
I think scoreboard pressure could be a factor.
Got that coming up for you shortly. Just 9 deliveries left of this plate final here. Spunts back over the bowler's head there from Sadiq Deepak. Sydney Storm move on to 54 for 5. As the teams out there get ready to take the field for the final of the India Super Series 2023. And Furry comes in, ex-first class cricketer. Down the ground there from Hasijazi for a single. It's about counting down the balls now, it seems, as the excitement builds towards the final of the 2023 inaugural India Super Series. It's great to have you all joining us, tuning in. 47 now needed off 7 balls in this game. It's gone. Deepak gets hold of it again. Not quite enough on it.
I like his attitude, Deepak, something about him. He's got good energy, good fight in him. We'll see more of him.
Absolutely. He's been very unlucky with his bowling as well. Could have had a few more wickets than he's got. Jan Furry comes in for the final delivery. Great second over from him. Short of a length. Deepak gets hold of that. Has that gone all the way? No, it goes to the fielder at deep cover.
Fantastic catch on the boundary.
Deepak goes for 7 runs off 7 balls. Johan Furry picks up his wicket off his 2-over spell. Pushed it in short and quick. Deepak hit that well, but just not well enough.
Wide rate is now 45 runs from 6 balls.
Tough ask now, Bjorn. 6 balls, 45 runs. What would your tactics be here as the batsman?
We're just trying to hit it out the park, Rob.
Go out and start.
Plant your front foot down and hope it comes onto the bat.
That's what Mick McGrath should do here. Show the rest of the batsmen how it should have been done. He's got, well, 5 balls now into last over 57 for 6. So 5 balls, home run off the last ball.
Still a chance.
Need a lot of no balls here. Jean-Route Blanche though. 2 wickets off his first over for just 1 run. Brilliant performance from him so far with the ball. Has a chance for a 4-fer here, Bjorn. Hasijazi on strike. A reminder that in 1 over's time, we'll turn our attention to the India Super Series final. Delhi versus Jaipur. Blanche comes into here. Jazi advanced down the wicket. That's going to go out to long off just for the single.
This game is now absolute foregone conclusion. Convincing win by Masagamy. Going through the motions here as Jean-Roux to Blanche bowls the final over. Deserves another wicket share. He's bowled really well.
To Blanche in again. Mick McGrath gets it off the square. Could come back for 2 here. No, they're not going to go for it.
Happy to rotate the strike there.
Let's just have a look here at the tournament draw. So, round of 16 qualifiers. We saw the Orlando Scorpion Titans and the Road Panthers get through. They were dispatched by the 2 finalists here today, Delhi Lions and Jaipur. Have a look at that again in a minute. Just back to this ball, back to the bowler, just a dot ball there. It's been a terrific tournament so far. The Indian teams have dominated, got through to the knockout stages. No foreign teams did. Mumbai Superstars triumphed over Kochi B8, while the Katawada Cat Kings won the Stories of the tournament, beat Mohali Knights. Semi-finals, we saw them today. Couple of crackers. Straight down the ground there from Mick McGrath. Has he got enough of that?
It's a fantastic catch there by Jeffrey!
Yeah, and Furry takes the catch in the deep.
Jeff Brewer, correction, took that catch and it's an absolute screamer. Look at the smile on that face.
Really got hold of it there. Out of the night sky. Tracked around well there on the boundary, Bjorn. Excellent catch.
Great running catch there. I think Jean-Roux deserved that wicket. Just rolled his fingers there. Ball slowed up in the deck.
Back to the tournament draw, and then we had the semi-finals today. They're relatively dominant affairs by Delhi Lions and Jaipur Dolphins, who saw off Katawada Cat Kings and the Mumbai Superstars. And now we have the final tonight under lights at the ballpark. Delhi, India, Jaipur Dolphins up against the Delhi Lions. It's going to be an absolute cracker coming up in potentially just one ball's time. To Blanche.
He's got the forfer. Can you believe it, Rob? You called it.
What a spell there. Jean-Router Blanche, 4 wickets for 5 runs off his 2 overs. What a ball to finish things off here.
Masagamy, they are the plate champions. 2023.
Bit of a swipe across the line there from Mick McGrath. Spins his back. Good catch there off his own bat, but won't do him much good. Terre Blanche, 4 wickets. That'll do wonders for his average there. Off just 2 overs. If he could have 4, he could have got the first 8-fer in last man stands cricket, Bjorn. I think there's only ever been 7-fers before, is that right?
As far as I know, fantastic spell of bowling by Jean-Router Blanche there. He's backed up well by Jeff Brewer, the 2 standout bowlers for Masagamy. They just had too much firepower with the bat, and I think scoreboard pressure there was just too much for Sydney Storm. They'll be disappointed, but they can hold their heads up high. They've had a wonderful tour to India. Lifetime of memories there that they've made and friendships. And
yeah, they've had a wonderful tour, and congratulations to Centurion Masagamy. Highly successful cricket team, as shown at the World Champs in December last year, but they've been too much here for Sydney Storm, showing that they really should have been one of the contenders in the main cup event. They've dispatched the Sydney team by 40 runs to take out the plate in this India Super Series, held for the international teams that have travelled so far here. Made such an effort to be here. Fantastic to have them involved. Fantastic to have all these Sydney guys involved. Legends of the game in Australia. True LMS legends. 3 or 4 of them. Almost 1,800 caps between the team. Having those guys, the Brisbane Burners, the London boys, the 2 teams from South Africa. Wonderful effort all round. Representation also from America of this tournament. Some Bangladeshis coming over. It's really made this India Super Series a global event, and we hope to build on that going into next year. It's been a brilliant tournament, and it's coming to the business end now. Final of the India Super Series 2023, just around the corner. Ground staff have been terrific all tournament. What a wicket this final day wicket has been. With all the rain, all the wet weather, difficult conditions, covers on and off, prepping the pitches. They've done exceptionally well, the ground staff here at Ballpark, to get through the finals day with a fantastic wicket and square in shape, the outfield in pristine condition.
it's been a fantastic event. Teams have thoroughly enjoyed themselves. Been good cricket. A few exciting moments, a few nervous moments. It all boils down to this. We're going to have the coin toss in a moment, folks.
That's what it all boils down to, as Bjorn says. A lot of new LMS teams and players to the worldwide competition as a result of this India Super Series, and some real class acts exhibited by the fact that the international travelling teams that came here didn't make it beyond the pool stages. Shows the quality and depth from around India. It's been brilliant to see. It's been a steep learning curve for all the foreigners that have come here for this event. But now it all boils down to Delhi versus Jaipur in the final. I feel a battle of the 2 top orders. If the opening bowlers can get wickets early, then that's going to really disrupt momentum, because the openers for both sides have been dominant this tournament. They've got their own way.
It's going to be really interesting, Rob, and there's firepower in both batting lineups. There's firepower in both bowling lineups. I think Delhi Lions must be the favourites coming into this final stretch.
Absolutely, they are, Bjorn. Jaipur have shown a lot of talent though as well, but there's just so much confidence. They're just a well-oiled machine in all departments, this Delhi Lions side.
It's interesting as well, because I think there's more caps of last man stands in the Jaipur Dolphins team, so they're a bit more experienced with this format of the game, but Delhi Lions just...
But I think that counts for nothing now, Bjorn. In these conditions, these are seasoned cricketers. They've had how many games now to get to this point, these 2 teams? They've already played 5 games to get to this point. It's their 6th game, I think. And at that stage on these fields. They played a lot here already. They know their team. That's all the experience you need.
100% Rob. They've learned as they've gone about their business. They certainly are a professional unit, are the Jaipur Dolphins. They've studied the rules, they've studied the tactics. They've had their field placing spot on. This difficult 8-a-side format. We just have a look at the road to the final here at the ballpark in Gurgaon, Delhi.
So yeah, it's been a long road. The two outlying round of 16 games there, if we just had a look at them first. Basically the format of the competition, there was 5 pools of 4 teams. The pool winners all went through, best second place. Then the other second place teams advanced to the next stage, with having to play an extra effective round of 16 game. There's a wonderful view there at ballpark. It's a great facility here, busy part of Gurgaon, outside of Delhi in India. Tennis facilities here, football facilities, nets, and this is the whole tournament draw, and we see it all boils down to the final between Jaipur Dolphins and Delhi Lions. When you look at the other teams there, Bjorn, we saw 2 relatively dominant semi-final performances.
I think
what other team do you think in there that went out could have had a chance?
You've got to feel sorry for Masagamy. I mean, they were in Orlando Titans group and Delhi Lions group. It was definitely the pool of death. And you'd have to think if they were in one of the pools on the other side there, that they would have had a chance of a semi-final, at least definitely a quarter-final, and then who knows. But it wasn't to be, and you got to win all your games to win the tournament. And Delhi Lions and Jaipur Dolphins, very, very, very deserved finalists in this wonderful India Super Series 2023, the inaugural tournament. It's going to be a mouth-watering event, and I can't wait.
Mumbai Superstars, I thought, looked really good in their semi-final in patches against Jaipur. In the end, it wasn't as close as we expected, but they had some exceptional experience there.
I think if they're honest, they were lucky to win their quarterfinal match. Went down to the last ball, and in that match as well, they didn't put enough on the board. I think they were lacking a little bit of firepower. They were relying heavily on Atul, and there was no one really backing him up enough. When you look at Jaipur Dolphins,